I'm gonna say this: after we've seen Captain Marvel, I think it's time for a Secret Invasion movie, and I believe that's not out of the question because, as it was recently announced, Kevin Feige won't rule out the fact that a Secret Invasion movie is possible, and I think we could be seeing that adaptation as soon as like maybe within the next 2, 3, 4 years, give or take. I'll have more on the information right after the intro. Hey guys, welcome to News to Astonish, and Ronnie here. As you can see, I am filming in a different perspective. I'm no longer going to be filming in front of my computer because it just looks really tacky and awkward and weird. The background is still the same, but it's in a different perspective, so you can see more of the shelf behind me with the lighting and everything like that. But I don't want to go off on a tangent on that and talk about that. We're here to talk about the possibility of a Secret Invasion adaptation happening very, very soon. And if you're familiar with the Secret Invasion storyline, really fun storyline, the Skrulls, who are the aliens that do appear for the first time in the MCU in the recent Captain Marvel movie, check out my review, by the way, I'll have a link to the description below. The Skrulls were like the key characters, and they were primarily the main villain. And I know that in that movie, there seems to be a lot of confusion amongst the fans and people that were watching it. Now, spoiler alert, by the way, the movie led off with the perspective of the Skrulls being the villains of the film. And that's what we all thought that was the case. But it turns out they were actually the protagonists, or at least the supporting protagonists to Captain Marvel. And the perspective that we received as an audience, we believed the Skrulls to be a very hostile race, and they were the bad guys, and they were looking to destroy the world and take over and whatnot. But that wasn't the case. It was all a matter of the Skrulls wanting to find a new home. And the Kree got in the way of it. And it caused a war, and it's been an ongoing war for thousands of years ever since. But I have more information about the Skrull in Secret Invasion adaptation that could be possibly happening within the next few years or so. It's not completely off the table. Again, Kevin Feige wanted to discuss this, and I have this topic today. So let's start off with this. Marvel's Kevin Feige won't rule out a Secret Invasion adaptation. Captain Marvel finally introduced the Skrulls to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but instead of portraying the Skrulls as a sinister threat, the film suggests that they were just unjustly persecuted. Carol Danvers even offers to help the Skrulls find a new home at the end of the film, and on the surface, that would complicate any adaptation of Secret Invasion, the 2008 crossover event that featured the Skrulls on the verge of conquering the Earth. However, Marvel's Kevin Feige refused to rule out a Secret Invasion adaptation down the line during a new interview with Slash Films. When asked if the Skrulls' portrayal in Captain Marvel meant that they wouldn't be shown as villains, Feige replied, "I don't think it means that at all. I think it means that the Skrulls are as diverse, as multi-layered as any other intelligent life form in the universe. Certainly like humanity itself. And we happen to see good ones. I think there are probably better ones out there as well, like there are with any full realized character. That leaves the door open for the fanatical Skrulls who believed it was their religious birthright to seize the Earth, and replaced heroes and villains with Skrulls operatives. That could be very interesting material to explore in future Marvel movies. It's hard to say where the future Marvel will go, but it's safe to say the Skrulls may surface yet again. So, are you ready for a Secret Invasion to become part of the MCU? Well, I'll tell you this, I certainly am, but not right now. Definitely something that we should explore. The Secret Invasions is one of the most popular storylines, and it's a very young storyline. It only started back in 2008. And if you haven't read that, pretty much it's just like how it says here in the description, that it was a storyline based off these alien races taking over heroes and villains. So superheroes weren't the only targets. Villains were also targets as well. And nobody knew who anybody was. You know, nobody could be trusted in the storyline. And it definitely makes for an interesting story. And I have had some ideas where Marvel can pretty much place the heroes with villains to work together to solve this issue, to see who is who and who are the Skrulls. And Kevin Feige proved a good point, and it's something that I thought of too. With every intelligent life form or every race, whether it be religion, political standpoints, human race, alien race, there are always good people and there are always bad people. It just so happened is that in the Captain Marvel film, we were presented with a select few individuals from the Skrulls to be good people who were just looking to seek a home, a new planet to live in. But they couldn't do that with the Kree getting in the way with their plans and attacking them. So it proves a good point. Now, we definitely got to see the good side of the Skrulls, but where are the bad ones? And it just so happens, yet again, like I said before, that the ones that we came across in this film were only a select good, decent individuals. And they were actually the targets and the victims in this movie. And they were just they were just unjustly persecuted in this film. And I think it's interesting to tackle this storyline pretty soon, if not not next year or the following year, but probably a few years down the line. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 years, give or take. So let me know what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts of a Secret Invasion storyline to be coming soon to the MCU? How would you like the storyline to be implemented? And how should that storyline be implemented? And what film should it be featured in? Should it be an Avengers storyline? I mean, I think so too. I think in the comics, the Secret Invasion storyline was an Avengers storyline. So I'd like to see an Avengers Secret Invasion story or a film. And definitely that'd be a lot of fun to explore. And I would certainly love to see an adaptation of that storyline play into film. So let me know your thoughts, guys. What are your thoughts on Captain Marvel? What are your thoughts on the Skrulls being the victims and unjustly persecuted in the film? And what are your thoughts of a potential Secret Invasion adaptation to come to fruition in movies? Let me know your thoughts. I'd like to hear your thoughts, please. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on a new perspective. I'm no longer going to be filming in front of the freaking computer screen because it's just awkward as hell. And yeah, leave your comments down below, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click on bell notifications so y'all don't miss anything. And I will see you all in the next comic panel.